you, my Lord, all for you. And if I ask right, you surely will give. I sing unto you, my Lord, for you if I ask, and you will give. Unto you, my Lord, all for you. And if I ask right, you surely will give. I praise you. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. Glory to your name. Unto you I give praise. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. Glory to your name. Unto you I give praise. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. Glory to your name. Glory. Unto you I give praise. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. I praise you, Lord. I praise you. Glory to your name. Unto you I give praise. I sing praises to you. For praises. I praise you, Lord. I praise you, Lord. Glory to your name. Unto you I give praise. I praise you, Lord. I praise you, Lord. Glory to your name. Unto you I give praise. I sing unto you, my Lord, for you if I ask, and you will give. Unto you, my Lord. Welcome, everyone. It is your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Welcome, or I should say, it is my pleasure for you joining in for today. It's Friday. Woo-hoo! It is Friday. Like the song said, we just got paid. It's Friday night. Friday for those who are just getting off from work and you are on your way safely arriving home through the traffic. If you're flying on the airplanes, wherever you may be at, or you already been at home in your bed or on your couch on your day off. Again, welcome for joining on in. It is my pleasure for joining you on into your girl, your co-host, your birthing doula, your inspirational healer, your psalmist, and so much more. Your girl, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Let me know you can hear me on this platform. Hit that like button and subscribe and share. Let me know you can hear your girl live on here. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts. Shoot me out some love. Yes. Shoot your girl out some love. I am not going to hold you on here too long tonight. We were supposed to have the podcast yesterday, but your girl's been busy. Been very busy trying to get a few things done, playing catch up, being a mom, a wife, a sister, a birthing doula, a healer, and so much more. You got so much to do that sometimes you got to take a break. Yes, you got to take a break for a moment for yourself. So with that being said, we are just going to be going over a couple things that's been going on in the past week or two. I might add a couple more things onto that for those who just chiming on in. Again, hit that button, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let your sister know that you on here showing some love. Yeah, showing some love. Well, before I get on into the updates and the current events, there will be a few changes. For those who do follow me on my podcast, you can also hit my profile. For those who are on TikTok and Instagram and Restream Live and everywhere else, please make sure that when you go on there, look for me for my YouTube. I will be making some adjustments. I may not be doing every Thursday like I normally will be, because now things are picking up and it's starting to be very time consuming. So however, your sister will start to try to do her videos already preset and sending it out there to you. But for those who are on my TikTok, I'm definitely going to be trying to make sure that I chit chat with you, send out some love, send out some healing, some blessings, sending out some update current events that's going on around the world, especially right in the USA. For those who always follow me, who are right here in the USA, for those who know it as East Coast, but if you study your history, it's technically classified as the West Coast, but that's a whole nother story here nor there. So anyway, with that being said, again, let your sister give you a little few updates. That's what's been going on. But today we are going to be chiming on in with today's topic that is something that's very, very, very important to know, especially if you're out there in Florida. I'm going to be showing that for my Restream players who are up here. Let me go ahead and show that on the, if you pull up, let me see. Now I act like I don't want to pull up, but that's okay. So anyway, for my Restreamers, for those who know, out there in Florida, I don't know if you guys heard about that, but Florida has some type of bacteria. Let me step back. Bacteria that is out there in the water, which, by the way, as it's been said, and we've known this, for those who go out during the season like this, from the springtime to the summertime, if you are aware that any fresh lake water or particular salt water that you enter, you are sometimes, depending on the individuals and the background and the ethnic group, what bacteria you may, come across. You come across a lot of bacteria in your food. You come across bacteria on the ground, just walking barefoot, depending on where you're at. You come across bacteria in the air, when it's circulating through the air vents, or when someone is sneezing or coughing, in so many ways. So with that being said, for those who live out in Florida, or for those who would be traveling to Florida, again, for those who just chiming on in, I'm your co-host, your girl, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. I don't just get up on here just to talk about just things pertaining to women and men, just on that particular topic, but I also keep you informed of the things that are going on so that you are aware for your safety, including my safety as well. So the health officials, this is coming from the Green Matter article. Florida has an update, especially with the death toll of the flesh-eating bacteria. For those who are aware of this, if you're already out there in Florida, go ahead and, if you're from Florida and you're on here, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and let me know that you're on here to give thumbs up about this situation. It is stated that Florida residents are reeling after 11 people were reportedly sickened by flesh-eating bacteria. Several have already lost their lives. So it's been more than one now, because there was a case when it was only just one. That goes to show there's more than one now. While others have gotten just a little illness. Again, the state hasn't released any information on where the bacteria were found yet. Well, I wouldn't be thinking that they wouldn't know that quite yet. Bacteria is bacteria, you would think, right? Well, anyway, but they have confirmed which regions have reported positive cases, as well as how many people have already died as a result of the illness. They said that they find that more than Florida in 2025 flesh-eating bacteria outbreak. That's what they stated. This is the article stating. Below includes the exact type of bacteria that officials Florida are currently dealing with. So they want to know what is happening, or some people want to know what's happening. 4 people have died as a result of the outbreak of this virus called the Vibrio Look, can't even get out of my mouth. See, that's how you know when you need that you're not a doctor. Vibrio vulnificus. So they come up with these big words. This is also something that's been thrown across to CDC as well. But anyway, they stated that, again, 4 people have died from this illness. It's very rare illness, and it's been confirmed by the state officials who reported it. The bacteria is found also, if you like your seafood, you hear, for those who like their seafood, the virus is also found in raw and uncooked seafood, salt water, and brackish water, are naturally occurring and can be found in warm coastal waters where rivers and lakes meet the seawater. So that means even if I go back home where I'm from, which is Park River connected to the bay, which is right near the ocean, you telling me I can't swim in that neither? Oh, Lord, I haven't already been in the water. I already been in it, put my feet in it, put my leg in it. Lord, I pray that I might. I ain't seen no changes yet. They say people become infected with the illness when ingesting the water or else when there's an open wound. So if you go on swimming, please try not to swallow the water. And please make sure if you got a cut that you bandage your area or seal it. Now these days they have particular formulas where you can use a liquefied bandage type that will seal the wound. Back in the day, some people would use honey to seal a wound, or for those who don't know, cobwebs, spider webs to seal wounds. Yes, for those who are a part of that background and that gully and that Rudy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, try to make sure you handle that because, I really don't want to see no one having this issue. It's been said that if you do end up receiving this illness, to make sure that you definitely clean the area. And please make sure when y'all going in the water, and once you get home or wherever you at, if they have a little a water sprinkler area, that you rinse your body off. Make sure once you get home, you automatically bathe in soap and water. People, when they go out into the water, they don't never take the time to pre-wash their body after, being in the water for a while and washing their hair. This is something that I have to tell my own child and others that I know. Anytime you go out in the water, please make sure that you are bathing right after. It doesn't matter if it's chlorine water, salt water, fresh water, whatever water. Make sure that you're always bathing yourself afterwards. It's very important. It's very important because you want to make sure that area is freshly clean. So as they stated this, it's also according to the U.S. Center for the Disease Control Prevention that they're stating that it makes sense that people who are living and working in the state will want to know where the bacteria is coming from so that they can avoid it. However, it doesn't look like officials are ready or able to make the information public. Now, how is it that they don't want to make it public? However, if you go online, you will see and watch other news media only for Florida itself that they mention this, but it's not being publicized nationally unless you're following those who are actually trying to push it out there. This should be at any area that has river or fresh water. So please make sure, again, that you're taking care of yourself. This is a very serious matter, especially for those who are out in Florida or plan on traveling to Florida. Please make sure you have everything you need. I might be a little dramatic. I used to wonder why the elders, when we would travel, they always made sure they had a first aid kit. They had their own stuff. Back in the day, I would have some uncles in them that would make sure they would have that nice little alky bottle in the back that can disinfect too as well. So please make sure that y'all paying attention to this. And just to end it off with this, they say that knowing the fact of this illness and knowing that it's been reported in 4 different parts of Florida country. It's been reported in St. John. It's been reported in Hillsborough and Broward and Bay countries. So it's in several different parts going around the outskirts of Florida. Again, please make sure y'all pay attention. They said just about 80,000 people a year will get infected with it, and only 100 people within a year will die from it. Again, this goes back even to E. coli, which is another bacteria mostly caused in urinary tract. So even if you're swimming, these things can happen. So please make sure for those who are out there and you wearing swimming trunks, especially for the men, make sure you wear the proper swimming trunks that can cuff and protect the men, genital areas. And for the women, please make sure that after being in the water, even though we have something that covers our base, again, let's make sure we rinse and cleanse that out in that area very thoroughly. If you're going to be in the water and you prefer to be in there with just your bare feet, I really advise that if you have a cut or anything on your foot, make sure that you women wearing swimming shoes on top of using the ointments and the bandage guard gels that will help you to seal the wound if you desire to be in the water. Other than that, I would just say get in the pool water, but that's not even any better anyway. Because people bring their germs and stuff into that too with all that chlorine water, and still who say? But who am I to say on that one? So anyway, again, while this is on my mind too as well, please be careful if you're going to be swimming, guys, that anywhere in any part of the rivers. I'm starting to see, we just had an incident in the Potomac River where a young man jumped. I guess he was with his friends jumping off one of the little reef areas, and the current pulled him and he's unalive. So with that being said, please, 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 I don't know how much more I have to stress this with the safety of all of us. During this season, I don't know what it is about this season. I'm not saying it hasn't happened in any other, but one thing I could definitely say, it's been happening more and more now than it has ever had. And please be careful, please, please, beg of you, to make sure that you are not doing things prematurely when it comes to jumping in the rivers. If it's high current, please make sure that you're listening to the weather report if high current, or pay attention to the high current. Yes, pay attention to the high current. Because majority of the time, people just want to jump and just do things and don't care. I don't care how great of a swimmer you and I could be. Let's be mindful that we don't desire to want to put this on our family members' heart, on our, or anything like that. And don't even try to go out there and be trying to save people who should have known better to not to be jumping out there. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff lately. That is what people are doing now. So please be advised to be mindful of that and not going out here again prematurely, doing premature things that's going to jeopardize your safety and your well-being, especially for you and your family. Because as that song would say, it's hard out here. It's very hard out here. And we don't need to have no more, unalive toes with families. I just have to say that because too much, hearts being broken for unnecessary reasons, for very unnecessary reasons. So for that much to be said there, the next topic is going to be on the Essence Festival. I know for some of you guys went out there into New Orleans to support the Essence Festival, which has been a large, big trend since 2012. And one thing I could definitely say, there has been some disappointments on the Essence Festival. And I have noticed a big switch off in the Essence Festival as well. And so I definitely will say this. And I was always wondering about a few things with the Essence Festival. For those who don't know what that is, it's a festival that is supposed to be for Black Americans, a festival, but it does not exclude others from participating. It would be a way where great Black Americans would be vendors there, supporting the businesses, getting to the root of the music and the songs. There's so many things that be happening in New Orleans. That is the biggest thing, or one of the biggest thing in New Orleans besides Mardi Gras, that brings the people together in the community and to show the gifts and the talents of many who come and support, since that is one of the areas where a lot of grassroots grows at. So anyway, there was a response on the criticism there, and this is coming from one of the articles of the Guru article dealing with the Essence Festival. And it was stated that New Orleans over July 4th weekend, the Essence Festival, which is usually called, typically brings out, they say, the aunties and matching shirts, rhinestones, influencers, vendors, artists, entertainers, from long weekend of panel performance, Black enterprise culture, and many events known to bring out tens and thousands of people and prone to have, what will be some issues or whatever it be. They have so many things out there, from healing stands to so much more. However, they said not just this year, but last year, but definitely piggybacking that they noticed that there's a big criticism on the production of the festival, which they said seemed louder than ever, with participants on their social media claiming that the production and the vibe experience didn't match the expectations set from the past years. Now, that should tell you something. I haven't been to the Essence Festival in so long, but I will say this. there has been a big change. And we were wondering, meaning me and a few of my fellow co-partners, were examining some of the things from past videos. And we were just looking. And then the one question was like, who is this panel that puts this together? Who's the panel that markets the production? Who's the panel that comes up with the ideas? Who is the person who's in charge in the overall of Essence? So hold that thought. Again, right here, they said the brands get hits with bad press. This was this year now. They also said that there were issues that normally if there were issues with certain brands, the brands would come back out and speak on it and apologize for any misinformation or maybe the way things were handled and so forth. But right here, they said acknowledging what went wrong, focusing on what went right, and hoping that people will forget and pull up the next time. Essence, though, this year decided to take a different approach. It started when Lauryn Hill had production issues. Now, this time, majority of us, sometimes we all hear from social media and other media platforms, they would be complaining about our dear sister Lauryn Hill. But this time, it was not her issue. This time around, it was the issues with the equipment that was there with that area in the production. It also said delaying her show by hours. The media outlet reported that Hill performed a few hundred people deep in the night and chalked it up. And Hill reported issues with punctual in time. This is what they're stating now. Essence, however, jumped in front of the narrative and took accountability for the production issues, making sure that it was clear that Hill wasn't the problem. So this goes to show you that this time, our dear sister Lauryn Hill was not the issue. Y'all hear that? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Those who chiming on into your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. So that goes to show you right off top that it wasn't our sister alone. Normally, she'll have her moments, but people don't understand the severity of how important it is to definitely try their very best to understand that times are changing. People have families and so forth, and it takes time. It takes time. So with that being said, it also steps in that they take an accountability. Essence also taking accountability on the tours that had continued. The executive chairman, Sudell Group of the company, y'all hear that? And when y'all look up this, I'm going to say Sundown. It's pronounced a little differently. Sundown Group of the company, look that up, which owns Essence. Y'all hear that? They own Essence, Sundown or Sundown. So definitely look that up and look at the people on the panel. Look at them. Trust me, look at the people on the panel now. So anyway, they recently pulled up the Breakfast Club and sat down with the host to discuss the production issue that caused such a backlash and uproar, which also include Target as the sponsor for the event in the midst of the community-wide boycott of the retailers. In response to the production issues and complaint that Denise was very grateful and initially with his words. So he went on the Breakfast Club, which I'm not a big fan of the Breakfast Club, but there's people on here. I do watch some of the stuff, but I'm just not, for those who know why, we know why. But anyway, let's make sure that I will say now these days it's so hard to go and support areas of things that we normally would be supporting and taking the time to put the money in it. But you have so many camouflages behind these events that are out here. Peace, love, and blessings, sister. Out here that it's hard to support what you believe to be for your culture. And you have others hiding behind it and not really taking the time to say, hey, you know what, this is not our thing, but let's just let us sponsor, but let them run it. But it's not like that anymore. So it's a sad shame how something that's meant for the Black American people has been run down. And again, Essence Festival this year and last year has not been the same. Some people said they enjoyed it. Others was like, one girl was doing a video where she said one line was too long. They came back for an hour later for a particular makeup brand that she normally spends $200,000 on. and come find out. They said, come back an hour later, come back an hour later. They said, come back another hour later. They said that they had a full line, had to restock. But then they talked with people, said, no, they told you the same thing they told us. Okay, see, that's not good. You're going out here and you have a brand that people support your money. I mean, support their money for you, especially online and everything. And then when they get to meet one of your stands at the vendor and walk around and they come and you're not open and you've only taken 15 people in the last 3 to 4 hours, that's not a good look. Now you're losing your people. And that goes to show you, it's just so much going on, guys. I mean, for real. It's too much going on with all the things that are going on. For real, for real. And with that being said, also, for those who don't know this, for people that know individuals who are on Section 8, who is on Section 8, if you on Section 8, you better be prepared. Because our good old buddy Trump is about to do something that's going to blow your mind. Yes. It is said that Trump administration pushes for a 2-year limit on Section 8 vouchers for the public housing. Now, I think he should at least give about, I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he should at least give about, I want to say, 5 years. Give him some grace, because 2 years sometimes is not enough. Not in the times we living in now. The cost of living and inflation has increased. And we always tending to send money in places we shouldn't be sending money to. So I would say, buddy Trump, let's give him at least 5 years. If you don't want to do 5, at least do 4. By that time, they give him some time to build up. Because some of us, we need it. We need it. The struggle is real. For those who, you heard what I said, need it. Not enjoying it, need it. Yes. Because there's some of us, it's the struggle's for real. It really is. So for that being said, if you know anyone in your family outside that, at the workplace, to someone in the public community that you know, tell them they better get ready and prepared, because the administrative is about to make big changes. Big changes. And last and not least, please be fair to the Uber and Lyft drivers. When I mean, be fair to some of them, because some of them are good people out there, but these bad ones are being real rugged, because they're messing it up for the ones who are really trying. But for those who do also Uber Eat, there was a sister. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This was a sister where she said that the lady had said her food didn't arrive. I got to read y'all this article. Let me find it real quick. It was just too funny. Yeah, let me find it. Okay, here we go. So title goes, your drink is right there. A Texas Uber Eats customer says her food never arrived. So the driver goes into her workplace to confront her. Yes, the driver goes into the workplace to confront her. This is how bold it's getting now. This is how bold it's getting now. I'm not even mad. That's why I said there's some people out here who are, loyal to the cause. They're loyal and very valuable and have morals. It's very rare to find that. So with that being said, she confronted her. Let's read this article. This comes from the Mary Sue article. Food delivery has exploded in popularity over the last few years, which I don't like my food be delivered. I'd rather go and get my food so I can see what's going on. I'd rather try to see if I can look in the back to see when they cooking. Somebody who has studied and worked and went to school for the hospitality industry and the food and restaurant industry. I should have been a health inspector. That's what I should have did. But, let's go on. I'm going to tell you why here. So anyway, they said, but that doesn't mean the workers behind the scenes are seeing any of the real payoff. According to Uber Eats, how much a delivery driver earns depends on things like the pickup fee, the drop-off fee, the distance of travel, that's 3. It also varies by location. Y'all hear? Still, many drivers say the only earns around $1 to $3 per trip. $1 to $3 per trip, not including the tips. So when someone falsely claims that their food never arrived, it can cost a driver more than just a few bucks. So basically, it seemed like they made their money off the last few people they just actually did the job for. You turn around and lie about it, they got to probably cover that fee. Because you heard what they said. How many fees they were. So anyway, they also goes to state that that's why Uber Eats delivery driver decided she wasn't letting a false claim slide. Again, there are some moral people out here who work really hard, that are trying, who are trying to swim above that water and flow through it, swim through it. But they can't. Every time you turn around, the current is knocking them out because of little things like this. So this was in a TikTok video. Y'all can look this up, guys. Her name is Michelle Benson at Blessed to Be Me _3. Walked into the Texas medical office. You hear that? She walked into the Texas medical office to confront a woman she said falsely reported her food never was delivered. That's a sad shame. So this is what's stated. So I'm doing Uber Eats, and she mentions her name and decided to say she ain't get her food. Now you know that's country when they said she ain't get her food. She said while walking straight up to the door. The lady was recording this now live. The camera then pans to the woman allegedly named Latasia sitting behind a desk at what appears to be her job. On the table, in full view, is McDonald's drink cup. Well, first of all, dang, McDonald's? Again, who am I to say? McDonald's. You told Uber you didn't get your food, Bryson tells her. Look at your drink right there. Y'all hear that? Yes. Gotta watch the record. Then the individual tries to dismiss her by saying, I'm at work. Vincent doesn't budge. She said, I don't care. I'm at work. Y'all hear that? She replies, I have 2 kids. I make $2 a trip. Hold on, wait a minute. $2 a trip. You know how much gas costs? $2 a trip. All right. And then she says, you're going to lie and say, I didn't bring your food. From there, things escalated quickly. You must want to be internet famous, she says. I'm going to add all the job information and all that. Eventually, she asks for the woman's manager. Y'all hear that? She's with the patient. That's fine. I'll wait. Before the video ended, the driver breaks down just how much damage this kind of lie can cause. Now, I agree with that because there's some people that out here are actually, like I said, doing some things and you're turning around and you're damaging what is her livelihood. And they're only getting / only receiving $2 a trip. Not $5, not $10 a trip, $2. That's not good. She then reminds the customers exactly what she ordered. Wasn't it 2 McChickens and a big red large? I remember the order. She even remembers a special request. Can you make sure it's fresh, please? The woman repeats it in a mocking voice. Yeah, she said it got the audacity to ask for accommodations and lie. That's the type of stuff that's happening now, guys. And like it says here, there were real world consequences. Ain't no more now. No, not long after the video went viral, the medical practice where this happened confirmed the customer had been the customer had been fired. These jobs are not playing. You're ordering the food. You got it coming to your job. When that lady walked in, she has the medical center's name. You got to remember, When you applied and got hired, there you had their name on their name. You're carrying their logo. And if you're lying about this, when they hire you on job applications and things like that, one of the things they quote is integrity, honesty, and being fully committed to what you do. And here, she don't realize she just lost her job. The lady shouldn't have ignored them when she said, "I got you on record." After, though, in a review, we made the decision to immediately terminate the individual employment. This is coming from the employer. The company said in a statement post to its Google business page, they added that they also sent 50 directly to the driver. Their actions are unacceptable and do not reflect the value of integrity we uphold as an organization. Did I not just say that? We're reading this together, guys. Yes. And so, what happens if a falsely report missing for food for the Uber? That driver could get in trouble for that. Because it's probably a certain amount of scores on that. But like it says, customer mark their food are not delivered. Uber Eats will typically refund the order and penalize the driver. And she probably got good credentials. And she's like, "Oh no, I'm getting," or she had it happen too many times and said, "Bump this, I'm not letting this happen no more." If too many false claims pile up, a driver account could get deactivated. Uber says an investigated consumer report and may deny the refund if there's proof of delivery. Just like Amazon, everybody now when they go up, they taking pictures. You got to. So with that being said, let's be mindful that no matter where we are at, that we don't get too prideful. That we don't get too prideful in what we do. There are people that are out here who are really, really trying to survive and trying to live. So with that being said, I just want to thank y'all guys for always supporting. Hit that like button. Send your sister some heart. Subscribe and share. Follow me at Cynthia J22 on YouTube. Go to my YouTube page. You can also find it in my bio. I thank you guys for always supporting me. For those who are on TikTok, sending love, sending gratitude, sending healing energy, and sending blessings and peace to you. And for those who are always supporting your sister and sending love and encouragement, I thank you and I salute you. If you know of anyone that's in the East Coast, in the DMV area, looking for a birthing doula and a postpartum doula, make sure you hit up your girl right here. You can find that on my bio on TikTok for those who are out there. But for those who are right here on Restream Live and all my other social media platforms, thank you guys for always showing your love, always sending some love out there to your girl. Make sure you are always coming strong with love, peace, and gratitude. Stay tuned for those who are on my stream live. You get to see what's up next. Peace and joy to those who again join me right here on my TikTok. Love you guys. Later. Have a blessed and safe weekend.